Hello there, this is DBT, and this is Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8, and today, as you can see on the title, maybe on the thumbnail, I'm gonna be playing in multiplayer with different cars to kind of see what are the different experiences of playing and trying to rank up with varying degrees of car performance. That is to say, with some less than amazing cars, some very mid ones, and even some really strong ones. So that is the objective for today, and that's why you can see on the screen right now the Pagani is on the R, because that's the one I'm gonna start with. You can ask anybody and they will tell you that this car is not good. And the reality is that, yeah, it's nothing amazing. In fact, it's a little bit on the bad side. I love this car to bits simply because it looks fantastic, but in terms of performance, it does have some trouble. So I'm gonna be playing Classic Series or Classic Season, and I'm very low in rank in this league where I get to use Class A cars. So I'm gonna start with the Zonda R and see what it can do, though I don't expect to get amazing results with it. And if you like my content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And please consider joining the membership program to have access to the perks exclusive to Vroom members. Check the join button right next to subscribe. Now, in this first race, I can already see a couple of Camaro SS Independence Edition, which are, well, amongst the kings, one of the kings of this bracket. So that's exactly what I wanted to do, and that's why I'm recording this on the first Friday of the current season. Normally, I'm not one to be, trying super hard to get to elite real quick in the season. In fact, I take my time, and I still did that for this season. But I wanted to record this video when the season was relatively new. Like I said, this season has been going for about 5 days. So the people that are really trying to speedrun to elite, they already did. But there's still gonna be a lot of people who, like me, are just trying to, rank up. And, well, they're gonna bring some really strong cars because obviously it makes sense that when you're trying to rank up, you're gonna bring the best cars that you have for the sake of making progress as quickly as you possibly can. Now, I did overtake a Camaro SS, but I don't know that I'll be able to keep this lead against him because I'm running out of nitro. Yeah, oh, and then well done, DBT, awesome bounce on the wall, that was fantastic. Honestly, that was driver error, all right? I could have gotten that second place, but you know what? It's fine. It's okay. All right, the third place is actually not too bad. I got defeated by the two Camaro SS. I did beat an SVJ, which is a very strong car, another Camaro SS, and a ZR1. All right, cool. Very middling result, but that kind of goes with this car. Kind of makes sense. I am one to talk very often about the fact how I don't like bringing kings all the time and whatnot. It bores me, and I like the variety and all of that. But the reality is that you're still gonna see me driving very strong cars when I'm ranking up, when I'm trying to get to elite for this particular season or the season that I'm playing, right? Whether it's in Master or if it's in Classic. At the start, you're gonna see me driving indeed meta cars just for the sake of ranking up as quickly as possible. Now, the reality, as quickly as possible without trying to rush it. Because like I said, I could really, during the first couple of days, I could really sit down for a few hours and make sure to get to elite within those couple of days. But honestly, I don't enjoy playing like that because there's this very noticeable inverse relationship between the time elapsed on the season and the difficulty of players. What I mean by that is that if you're trying to get to elite very, very, very early in the season, you're gonna encounter extremely difficult players, really aggressive and all of that. If you're playing really, really, really late in the season, in the opposite hand, what you're gonna be getting is a lot of considerably easier opponents. And that's why I'm recording this, by the way, in the middle of the season, so that it would be, well, the most balanced that it could be. But like I was saying, I'm normally not trying to speed run to elite. Normally it does take me like 4 or 5 days to get to elite because generally speaking, I only do the minimum amount of races that I have to do every day. That is to say, for example, in the first day, I only get rewards for doing 6 races, so I only do 6 races because, I'll be in the starter league. And same thing for the next couple of days. Once I get rewards by being in champion, by doing 8 races instead of 6, I will do 8 races. But that's basically how much I play per day in terms of multiplayer, so that explains why I'm never super interested on going as quickly as humanly possible or inhumanly possible. And yet, I don't wait either until the last day because I do like getting to elite, obviously for the rewards, but also because once I get to elite is when I get to start playing around, messing around with my cars and doing videos on weird ranks and whatnot. Alright, I got defeated by a Camaro Independence Edition and an SVJ. Again, SVJ is a very strong car, but I defeated another Independence Edition, Lotus Sevilla, and a Dodge Dart X Edition. Alright, look at that. Oh, my boosters! My boosters! Hold on! Boosters! Ooh, we've reached orbital loop. But yeah, like I was saying, once I get to Elite, I can bring, you know, my classes cars that are in between for other ranks and whatnot. That's why at the end of the day, I do care to get to Elite eventually. And also because, you know, for the Saturdays, Friday multiplayer events, it's always a good thing to be in Elite so that you get to participate in all of the brackets. That's with myself, or myself included in that. But yeah, in general, I'm not in a massive hurry to get to Elite within the first few days. And again, I do understand that there's some people who really like the insane level of competition with all the super aggressive players and all of that. That's respectable. If you like that, that is fine. You like what you like. It's perfectly understandable. But I personally just don't find it fun to be stressing over, oh my god, this guy just lost me, oh my god, you know, raging about all of this stuff. In fact, I do see people burning out from that often. Well, not often, but you know, it's not a rare sight to see people like, oh my god, I hate this game so much because they're cursing their head out, and it's like, what's going on? It's like, oh, you're trying to get to Elite in the first day. Yes. Okay, that explains it. And yeah, that's why I like playing later in the season. It's a bit more chill. And somewhere in the middle of the season, like I'm doing right now, it's a good mixture of chill and still some competition, you know. I'm still finding kings of the bracket around here, which doesn't happen if I'm playing way too late in the season. Aston Martin 177 and oh, look at that. Speaking of a king, the 911 GT3 Year of the Rabbit Edition. But I did beat an Imola and a McLaren LVAT. So, even though I was driving a bad car, I did get middling result in all of the races. Literally, no first places, no last places. All in the middle, which is fine, I think. And here it is, another mid okay-ish car, the 4GT 2017. I think this is another perfect sample of the definition of a mid car in the bracket. So let's see what it can do. And in general, the purpose of this video is precisely to show how even mid cars can still do okay in multiplayer. And I keep on talking that I want to make a video on this topic, and I haven't done it just yet. But basically, I want to make a video on the mentality that you need to have in order to have fun in this type of games without getting frustrated by the pay-to-winness and all of that stuff. So that is precisely why I'm doing this video, to show how even the mid cars can still allow you, or can help you to make progress and get better rewards and whatnot, so long as you're not the type of person whose only objective is getting W. Which, look at that person who just quit the race. Now, I've talked about this also a ton of times, and to each their own. But I don't know, you'll see me very rarely quitting races, unless it's literally a waste of time, because whatever, there's a few situations in which I will quit a race. But for the most part, I'm still gonna complete the races for the sake of enjoying driving the car that I'm driving. And while I understand that some people are dead set, whoa, let's go, they're dead set on getting W's. Look at that. Oh yeah, baby, first place. Now, me saying that I don't care too much about W's doesn't mean that I don't enjoy getting a W. Look at this. My beautiful 4GT defeating the SE10's Performance, a King, the Camaro SS Independence Edition, and two Diablos, which, by the way, are pretty good cars in Class A, even though people have been slipping on them for a while now. Anyway, trying to come back to what I was saying earlier. The whole point is to show that just about any car, it's enough to get decent results in multiplayer, and decent enough results, it's more than enough to eventually rank up and get to Elite and get your 500,000 fusion coin, get all the rewards that come from that and whatnot, right? So that is what I've always wanted to show, because I keep on seeing people hyper focused on what is the absolute best car that you can get. And yeah, it makes sense, but sometimes especially depending on your situation as a player and your resources and how long does it take you personally to upgrade a car or not. If you already have, for example, a 4GT like this one brought out for some reason, but you're still thinking like, oh my god, I need to get my Camaro Independence Edition, and let's say that it's on sale and it's looking to get it, but you're still gonna have to spend 9 million, I don't remember how much it is, to pro the car and whatnot. It's still gonna be a lot of resources in order to have it upgraded. Do you really need it that much? For multiplayer, to me, the answer is no, you don't. You can do alright with a car that you already have. Now, if you want to have the King just because you want the King, you like the King, or for completion, that's perfectly fine. But what I'm saying is for the people who are having troubles acquiring and upgrading cars, you don't really need the best every single time for every single race. Now, I did get beaten by the Kings, but I did beat Diablo GT, DS Performance, Aperta, an All4 GT, and a Veyron. Look at that. It's another middling result. Actually, a pretty good result with a middle car. And like I was saying earlier, it really obviously depends on everybody's, on each one of you's own personal level of competitiveness. If you're here just for the thrill of getting the W's or whatnot, or if you like me are more about just enjoying the process rather than just like, ooh, I need to get a W every time. Now, it's respectable either way, all right? I'm not trying to say that if you're only focusing on getting W, you're wrong. No, it's not that you're wrong, but I think there's a lot more fun that you can have, a lot of fun that you can have with the game even if you don't have that mentality. And really this video is aimed to the people who don't have kings, to show that even without kings, you know, you can still have a bunch of fun. And yeah, I'm not getting, well, I only got 1 W so far, but that is fine. Even if I'm not getting W's, I'm still making progress towards the next league. I'm already over 50% of the way there. Now, for the next races, I'm going to start using the stronger cars. Not because I need to, but just, you know, to show a little bit of the difference. And I promise that I'm not going to be sandbagging anything, but I do expect that even with the Kings, that well, the next car is not going to be a King, but it's a very strong car, much stronger than this, for example. But even with cars that are just that good, maybe because of skill issue, maybe because of randomness in the races, I may still get some bad results. Getting a King doesn't mean getting W's all the time. Like you've seen in these races, some other people driving the Camaro SS Independence Edition are still not getting W's. And that is alright, you know? It's okay to not always be winning. What is good is to enjoy the game and enjoy doing the races. That is what I want to show over here. Simply the process of, hey, I'm just having fun with my cars, and look at that. I'm already almost 75% into getting to the next league. I started at 1600 and I'm already at 1743. In order to get to the next league is 1800. So you can tell that I've done quite a bit of progress with 2 very mid cars. So I think the point has been proven. Now this is a good car. And I believe this is a car that you can get relatively easy, the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Same rank as the ones that I've been using, but objectively, a better car than the ones I was just driving. And again, for the record, it's not that I need to bring a better car. You saw that I was doing just alright with the mid cars. And again, this is not in any way trying to show all my skills or anything. You know that I'm a very mid player as well. But no, just trying to show that just about any car that you bring, thanks to the rebalances of cars and having all of the cars being very, very same, which to a certain degree it's a bad thing, but to this other degree it's also a good thing, because that means just about any car will be competitive in one way or another. Now, why is this car better than those other ones, even though it's at the same rank? Who knows? The ranking in this game is a little bit all over the place. You have cars that are lower ranked that are absolutely killer, against even some other cars of higher ranks that are just incredibly meh. But in this particular case, this car accelerates really well with good nitro, I think good handling, whatnot. I don't know. I don't think I've done a protest on this car just yet. I will at some point. And in fact, this video originally, it was going to be a protest of a particular Class A car, but I decided against it because I do enjoy doing the protests and all of that. But sometimes, especially when I'm trying to rank up, I enjoy more showing the reality of what is multiplayer like and trying to rank up, how difficult or easy it is, and all of that stuff. So I don't know, why don't you let me know in the comments if you also like this type of I'm gonna say unscripted videos. Now normally I actually don't have scripts for any video or anything, but you know, this is a more freeform video. Yes, I guess that would be the best way of saying it's a freeform video where I'm just showing you a bunch of things and trying to make sense of what's happening. Look at that. All right, like I said, this is a very strong car anyway. And I did beat the Camaro SS Independence Edition, a car that is objectively stronger than the SVJ, so see what I'm saying about the performance, about Kings and all of that? If I may be 100% honest with you, I thought that it was gonna take me more races to get to where I am right now in the rank. But hey, you know, I guess I've been getting some luck or whatever, but yes. Oh, for example, that is the Dodge Dart X Edition, which is a 1772 ranked car, which should put it amongst the best cars in this class, and yet it's a very, very mid car. I already made a video testing that car and whatnot, but just like I was saying, with the previous cars that I was driving here. Even a mid car can still give you results. So, like I was saying, I don't think there's any particular car that is terrible for multiplayer. And I'm making that specification because I do understand, I have come to realize that indeed a car that may be okay for multiplayer, perhaps for something like Gauntlet, is not gonna be all that competitive. But over here in multiplayer, given just how random multiplayer is and all of the nonsense that can happen, sometimes completely unrelated to you, you know, you have no control over if someone pushes you and makes you crash or things like that, right? Yeah, just about any car should be able to get you some results, so long as you drive it well enough. Obviously, skills also matter. And again, for the second or third time in this video, I'm not trying to show, ooh, my skills or anything, but, you know, just saying. All right, look at that. Got defeated by a Diablo. Not bad. Let's see. All right, none of these cars were super strong. The SC20 is strong, but yeah, we got no kings in this particular race, so that's high. Now, if you're going to get a heart in the pin, you need to leave me the key phrase, which for today will be one that I will tell you later after I do this race. That's not the key phrase, by the way. I'm just saying. I'm going to tell you later. I wanted to do it before the actual racing part of this race started, but, you know, it started really quickly, so here we are. All right, just about everybody crashed over there, so this might just be my opportunity. Now, this means this is what, my 9th race in this video? Yeah, this is a little bit of a longer video, but, you know, I just wanted to show you a bunch of different cars, because, well, I just said earlier that I do enjoy doing the pro. Jesus Christ, this guy's gonna overtake me. Come on. Hold on. I managed to keep it. While I do enjoy doing the protests and all of that, sometimes it's fun to just show, hey, here's a bunch of different cars in one video because reasons. Because yes. So here we go. Can I keep... I do believe that it's a Camaro. It sounds like a Camaro Independence Edition right behind me. But let's see if I can stay ahead. You know, I've talked about me enjoying this track quite a bit and a lot of people not liking it a lot. So I seem to get pretty decent results. What the f was that? Oh, that's utter bullspit, man. That shouldn't have been a wreck. I barely touched the... Oh, that never... Oh, man. I'm fine. That was a Camaro, wasn't it? Yes, it was. But it not matter because I still ranked up. Let's go, baby. And like I said, I've done 9 races, but 6 out of them were with basic cars, and those got me really far. I'm sure I could have ranked up with them, but you know, the purpose of this video was to show different cars, so here we go. And just like that, I get my... Yeah, that's fine, but my... Yes, 500,000 credits and fusion coins and a bunch of wildcards that I don't need. All right, let me switch to a king of Class A. My Chevrolet Camaro SS Independence. No, I'm kidding, not that one, because I have it at stock. Someday I will upgrade it, I promise. But no, the one king that I'm gonna be driving is... Oh yeah, baby! My Porsche 911 GT3 RS Year of the Rabbit Edition. What a long name. I finally have this car. Let's try it out. Now, you know what? While we wait here, I promise you what you needed to put in the comments and whatnot. The one for today is... The most meticulous manner to make as much upwards movement in multiplayer may be to maneuver and make way with meta automobiles. What? You didn't hear it? I'll tell you again. The most meticulous manner to make as much upwards movement in multiplayer may be to maneuver and make way with meta automobiles. First person to... You know how that works, right? Yes. All right. Can we get a race, please? Well, while I'm waiting here for a race to start because people keep joining and then leaving and whatnot, someone asked me not long ago in a previous video, why did I make a key phrase related to tuna? Now, come on, the tunes are better than that. Come on, why are you comparing it to fish? And all right, it's not a comparison. I just love alliteration, which is, you know, when you put words that sound alike and, you know, kind of similar. That's why, for example, this specific one had a lot of M's in them, because at the end of the day, I was talking about meta and a lot of M's, you know, so it was the same thing with tunes and tuna. That is why I did it. Oh my, I got excited because in this race there are what I would consider the 3 kings of Class A. Camaro SS Independence Edition, the Porsche 911 GT3, blah, 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 and the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport, you know, the black and orange one, that one. These are, I think, the best accelerating cars in this bracket. And I said that I got excited about it, except for the fact that it's this track in which I normally tend to get horrendous results because for some reason, I don't know how to do it anymore. Not that I was ever particularly great at this track or anything, but I don't know, over time for some reason this particular track I've noticed the decline in my skills in... Oh, you mother... Well, that proves what I was saying. You may have a king, but if multiplayer doesn't go your way, a king is not the... I mean, well, turns out that Camaro Independence Edition paid the price. Karma caught up to him. See? He knocked me down and he crashed or got knocked down. I don't know what it was, but this proves my point. You may have a king, but having a king... Look at that. The quote-unquote weakest of all of these cars was the one in first place. See what I'm saying? This was a perfect example of what I was saying. That 3 incredibly strong cars and the non-amazing car is the one that won. That's exactly what I wanted to see over here. I know that sounded like sarcasm, but no, I'm legit saying that that's a great example of what I was trying to show in this video. And I got distracted and I didn't see which cars are in this race, but it's alright. So I hope this video has helped anybody to see the game in a different light. If you were thinking and getting frustrated because you don't have the kings and you keep on thinking like, oh my god, they only win because they have the kings. Yeah, it is true that people driving kings do have an advantage, but that advantage doesn't instantly translate into W's. W's depend, yes, on skill, yes, on the car that they're driving, but they also depend simply on the luck of multiplayer and whatever happens in the race. If you hit some physics issue, someone knocks you down, someone knocks someone down, someone crashes somewhere and the wreck makes you crash. It has happened to me a bunch of times. There's a lot of things that you cannot control in multiplayer, and while I understand people collecting cars or wanting to use the best cars and whatnot, for the players that don't have them, I don't think it's worth getting frustrated over not having them at all. I should have knocked him down because he did knock me down in the previous race, but I'm not that kind of player. I am sometimes that kind of player for revenge, but you know, right now, I'm just bringing the good vibes, man. Good vibes for my race with the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Europe, the Rabbit Edition, man. I love saying that name, it's so absurdly long. And man, I'm so happy I was able to unlock this car after waiting for it for like a year or so, because I didn't get it through its original Treasure Rush, but I got it a year later through tokens or something. I don't know what it was, but you know what this is? It is a first place, baby! Now, again, with a king and all of that, but to be fair, I did beat the other kings as well, so... Well, they did pretty not good, huh? Oh, look at that, he even quit the race. Oh well, anyway. That's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit the like button, all of that good stuff again. If you would like to support me, check the memberships. But that's all. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye!